Hi guys, this is a video about something called the Dutch reach, and that is how you open the door to get out of the car. Now, it's not a must or a must not in the highway code, it's a suggestion in the highway code, and the idea is that you use your furthest hand away from the door to open the door. So the reason why the highway code is suggesting this is because when you use your furthest hand like that, it's more likely that you check over your shoulder before you open the door. Now, it's not the law to do that, but it is a suggestion, because if you do hit a bike that's overtaking you, or you do open the door in traffic, then it is you must not hit anyone, and that's in red writing. So that means that it is your fault if you open the door and you hit a bike or you hit a vehicle on your right. Now, I had taught somebody years ago, and that happened to her dad. This was a really long time ago, and it wasn't in the highway code at all, placing blame at the time, but apparently he opened the door and the car just went across and just smashed it right down, and the car door was like literally down the road. So positional fault from the driver, but also maybe the person didn't check over his shoulder enough before getting out. You know, I don't know, I wasn't there, right? But what the highway code has done on its last change is it's placed the blame on the person that opens the door. So the Dutch reach, the reach across thing, is a suggestion to help you not to do that, right? Utilising your mirrors is a very good idea before you open the door, yeah? Because there could be a bike, and that could be catastrophically bad for a bike, right? So that's why they've placed the blame on the person who's opening the door. Now, as a driver, or on a bike actually, yeah, push bike, motorbike, car, or any other vehicle, you're supposed to be, when you're driving past the car, a metre away from it. And the reason why it's a metre is because that's pretty much how big a door is when you open it, right? So if you can give that amount of space, then you should be giving a metre to the cars. So I always say to my students, do you remember those metre-long rulers that we had at school? If you imagine those all around the car like a hedgehog, that's how we should go past the car. We should have those meters all the way around it. Now, when you're in meeting traffic and you're actually stopping before a car to give way to somebody oncoming, that's a bit different. You'd want to leave like way more space than that, maybe up to 2 car lengths if you can do, because then it's really easy to pull away from behind it. And the steering is ridiculously easy. But when you're going alongside it and driving past it, it should be a metre away, right, to look after the people in the car. But the responsibility has been given to the person who's opening the door, right? So you need to be super careful, like when you get out of the car, right? You don't want to be hitting a cyclist or an overtaking vehicle. But driving test wise, right, if you get too close to parked cars on your driving test, you don't necessarily even have to hit the car on your driving test. If you are too close to it, I'm afraid it is a fail. So it is clearance to obstructions, I'm afraid. So it's literally a metre away that the examiner wants to see, unless you go extremely slowly, less space, less speed. So if you're in a situation where there's parked cars on both sides because of some parking arrangement, of course you may have to be much closer than a metre, but you go very slow so you can stop in the distance to be seen. Another reason why we can go slow is because of judgment, so you can judge it, and also you've got time to look into the cars to see if there's actually a person inside who's likely to open the door, right? So all of those things are needed to be thought about, and this is how you open the door to get out. Let me demonstrate. Was that idiotic? I don't know. But that is a suggestion. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and speak to you on the next one.